For years, we've talked about how AI is disrupting the private sector, right? Writing code, generating media, the usual software stuff. But as of today, August 18, 2026, we are crossing a massive threshold. The AI revolution has officially breached both the state budget and the physical economy. Welcome to Trend Guards. In this explainer, we're diving into the confirmed real-world data showing that agentic AI is no longer just some software experiment. It is literally restructuring the government and rolling out onto our streets. So let's get right into it. Our mission today is to totally bypass the hype and look strictly at the exact rules, official announcements, and verified data that are shaping real-world AI deployment right now. We're pulling directly from federal reports, peer-reviewed journals, investor relations data, and official regulatory bodies. We're going to establish exactly what's confirmed, why it matters, and what the actual real-world impact is for you, completely stripping away any of the rumors or speculation. Based on verified reporting today from Fed Insider, the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, is officially deploying an agentic AI system to audit the federal government. Now, this isn't just your basic analytics dashboard. An agentic AI is a system capable of acting entirely autonomously. It uses a large language model integrated with what's called a RAG pipeline, retrieval augmented generation, to complete complex multi-step tasks. In practice, this means the system can instantly ingest millions of PDFs from the Federal Register, cross-reference vendor IDs, and execute these massive audits without needing a human to prompt it every step of the way. The contrast here is honestly staggering. Historically, the US budget is this multi-trillion-dollar labyrinth. It is mathematically impossible for a team of human auditors to read every single line item. But by running over the entire procurement database autonomously, this AI can instantly spot when, say, 3 different agencies are paying for the exact same logistical service, or it can instantly flag vendor pricing that exceeds market averages by 400%. We're talking about macroeconomic fiscal discipline, completely automated. According to a groundbreaking new report in the journal Nature, the chief U.S. science advisor is radically changing how federal research grants are actually awarded. For decades, federal science relied on human-led hypotheses and traditional wet lab experiments, which, as we know, results in years-long grant cycles. Well, the White House is now officially pivoting to AI-accelerated discovery. By integrating frontier AI to run complex simulations, that years-long pipeline is suddenly compressing into mere months. So the crucial takeaway here is that AI is no longer optional in academia. This verified Nature report confirms strict new prerequisites for federal funding. If you're running a biology lab, you need to be using models like AlphaFold or Evo2 for protein simulations before you even step foot in a physical lab. If you're a material science, you absolutely must use AI discovery models for new battery compounds. There's now mandatory AI integration in core scientific methodology. Basically, to win the global AI race, the US government is forcing the academic establishment to integrate these models, or risk losing their federal funding entirely. The scientific method itself just got a major mandatory upgrade. Today, Pony AI released its Q2 financial results, and we're pulling this directly from their August 18 investor relations release and Stock Titan. The core metric Wall Street is hyper-focused on right now is unit economics. That means looking at the direct revenues and costs associated with a single unit of production. For years, autonomous vehicle companies survived purely on venture capital hype, right? But today's verified numbers finally show us whether a single autonomous robotaxi ride is actually turning a profit or just burning through cash. This introduces a brutal reality we call the physical AI margin squeeze. Look, in software, copying code is virtually free. But in physical AI, every single agent requires a physical vessel. A single robotaxi requires an estimated $40,000 chassis, plus another $10,000 just in LiDAR and sensors. When you combine that incredibly heavy hardware depreciation with high-maintenance edge compute and constant cloud inference costs, you really start to see the incredibly tight margins of physical AI. Because of those massive capital expenditures, the absolutely crucial metric you must watch for in these earnings is the cost per mile. Can an AI-driven fleet operate at a lower cost per mile than a human-driven rideshare? That's the million-dollar question. If a company can prove that their utilization rates offset the hardware and compute costs, we're going to see a massive capital rotation into robotics. If they can't, it proves the business model is currently unsustainable. That is exactly what makes tracking this verified data so vital right now. With physical AI suddenly scaling up in shared public spaces, we are seeing a major regulatory response.
Sourced directly from today's update by the Association for Advancing Automation, or automate.org, these are the newly confirmed baseline legal protocols. The 2026 A3 safety protocols now mandate dynamic speed scaling, meaning a robot automatically slows down when it gets near a human. They also require advanced LiDAR safety zones and, perhaps most notably, mandatory human intent prediction models. They are literally forcing the AI to anticipate our physical movements in real time.
The paradigm has completely shifted for developers. As the quote goes, the era of move fast and break things simply does not apply to a 500-pound mobile robot. Safety is now the ultimate moat. This is a stark, unavoidable warning to hardware developers out there. Failing to strictly comply with these August 18 standards means facing existential litigation and liability if a human is injured. Compliance isn't a friendly suggestion anymore, it is the absolute legal baseline. Okay, so we've covered the automation of the state, the massive shift in science funding, the unit economics of robotaxis, and the new laws of physical robotics. Let's look at the verified real-world impacts and summarize exactly what this all means for you. Based strictly on today's verified reporting, here are 4 actionable takeaways you need to know. Step 1. For B2B enterprises and government contractors, the DOGE AI tool is active today. You have got to streamline operations immediately because opaque, redundant pricing is going to be flagged by autonomous audits. Step 2. Academics and researchers, you must actively integrate frontier AI into your core methodologies or you'll lose out on this whole new wave of federal grants. Step 3. Tech investors, you need to look past the hype of autonomous driving and strictly track physical AI fleet utilization and cost per mile metrics. In Step 4, robotics developers, you must ensure your edge compute stacks are built to the exact 2026 A3 safety specifications to avoid catastrophic legal liability. The state is automating and the physical world is adapting, but massive market uncertainties still remain. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Should an AI be allowed to autonomously recommend federal budget cuts? And looking at those brutal hardware costs we just talked about, are you bullish or bearish on the Robotaxi business model? Let me know your thoughts. Thank you for joining this explainer on Trend Guards. Stay curious, and as always, stay focused on the facts.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.